Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. Today's yoga flow is focusing on feeling good. So go ahead and find a seat in the center of your mat, an easy pose, and go ahead and close your eyes. If you'd like, you can also sit on a blanket like I am. It just helps you sit up a little bit straighter and get that spine nice and tall. We're going to start by just taking a few deep intentional breaths together as we start to ground ourselves in this present moment. With each inhale, go ahead and imagine your body filling up with beautiful energy. And on the exhale, release any worries or stresses from the day. On the next inhale, we're going to bring our arms and gaze towards the sky. Exhale, bring those arms down. Go ahead and do that again. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, bringing those arms down. One more time. Inhale up. Bring your palms together, and we're just going to go ahead and lean towards the left side, keeping your chest nice and high, continuing to breathe. Inhale back to center, and then go ahead and take it towards the right side. Nice, deep breaths. Inhale back to center, and then we're going to go ahead and twist it towards the left side, keeping your spine nice and tall. Inhale back to center, and then twist it towards the right side. Really breathe into that stretch. Inhale back to center, and then we can bring our arms down. We're now going to do some sitting cat-cow. So inhale, look up towards the sky, arch your back. Exhale, round your back, tuck your chin towards your chest. Inhale, looking up, arching your back. Exhale, round your back, tuck your chin in. Inhale, arch your back, look up towards the sky. Exhale, round your back, tuck your chin in. Inhale, looking up towards the sky, arching your back. Exhale, round your back, tuck your chin in. Now come back to neutral position, and let's do any other micro adjustments that we need to as we now head into tabletop. So go ahead and take your time getting there. You can move your blanket out of the way if you used one. Shoulders are over your wrists, hips are over your knees. Then we're going to bring the palms up to the front of our mat and slowly take it back into child's pose. Now you can either keep your knees wide or keep your knees together. I like my knees a little bit wider to get more of a hip stretch here. But do whatever feels most comfortable to you. Staying in child's pose, go ahead and bring your hands over to the right side of your mat, getting a little side stretch here, continuing to take nice deep breaths. Then bring your hands back to center for just a moment, and then we'll take our palms over to the left side, getting a nice stretch in our side body, breathing into this present moment. Bring it back to center, and then we'll go ahead and do an upward facing dog. So you'll just bring your hips towards your mat, keeping your chest and gaze nice and high. Now bring it back to tabletop. And now we're going to extend our left arm and our right leg as far as we can. Reaching, 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 breathing into this stretch. Then go ahead and bring those down. And now we'll extend our right arm and our left leg, or switch to the other side, whichever side you started with. But you want to have the opposite arm and opposite leg extended. Now bring that down and go ahead and stretch out the other arm and leg. Make sure they're the opposite arm and leg. And if you're feeling like a challenge, go ahead and bring your arm back towards your foot. You're going to hold on to your foot and try to push your foot back as far as you can, getting a nice stretch in your quadricep. Hold it here for just a moment, and then go ahead and release it down. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So extend your arm and leg as far as you can. And then if you feel that extra challenge, go ahead and bring your arm back and grab onto your foot. Try to push your foot back towards the back of your mat as far as you can, feeling that sensation in your hip and your quadricep. Hold it for one more second, and then release it down. Now we're back in tabletop, and then go ahead and tuck your toes in. We're going to pop it up into a quick plank, and then into downward facing dog. So you're pushing your palms into your mat. You're making sure your spine is nice and long. You're trying to bring your heels towards your mat. You can even walk the dog, which is just alternating bending your legs to kind of stretch out those calf muscles. Then we're going to inhale, bring that left leg up into the air. You can even do a quick scorpion if you'd like. Then you're going to sweep that left leg through into a low lunge and have your left foot by your left hand. Then we're going to bring it up into a high lunge, bringing those biceps by your ears, reaching up towards the sky, making sure our shoulders are down, our chest is nice and high. Then you're going to bring your arms down into cactus pose, looking up towards the sky even farther, leaning back a little bit if you can. Then bring your arms back up into high lunge, and then we're going to exhale, bringing our back foot down into warrior two, stretching those arms out as far as we can. Then you're going to straighten your front leg and hinge your body forward into pyramid pose. Your front leg is straight, your arms are still extended and straight, but you're going to bring your gaze towards your back arm, so up towards the sky as far as you can. Then hinge it back up into warrior two, and then back into high lunge. Now we're going to go ahead and do a humble warrior here, so go ahead and bring a bind behind your back, stretching out your chest, and then lean it forward. Still keeping that lunge in your left foot. Go ahead and bring your arms down onto your mat, and then we're going to do a quick plank into downward facing dog. Go ahead and stretch out your hamstrings here if you need to, and we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So we're going to inhale and lift our right foot in the air into three-legged dog. Do a quick scorpion if that feels good to you. And then sweep your right foot towards the front of your mat by your right hand into low lunge. Then we're going to bring it up into high lunge, keeping our biceps by our ears, our shoulders are down, reaching up towards the sky. And then we're going to transition into warrior two. So just bringing that back foot down. Extending your arms out as far as you can, and then we're going to straighten that front leg into pyramid pose. So again, our arms are still straight, our right hand is by our right foot, bringing our gaze up towards the sky. Keep it here for one more moment, and then bring it back up into warrior two. We'll then transition back into high lunge, keeping our biceps by our ears, reaching towards the sky. And then we're going to go ahead and do a bind behind our back, bringing it into humble warrior. So if it feels comfortable, you can then lean forward into that lunge, extending that bind over your head. Then go ahead and bring your arms back down to the mat, back into plank pose, and then finally into downward facing dog. Go ahead and stay here for just a moment. We're going to do that sequence again one more time, but now much faster, sequencing the breath with each movement. So go ahead and inhale that left leg up into three-legged dog and then into scorpion. Exhale, sweep it through into low lunge. Inhale, bring it up into high lunge, biceps by your ears. Then we'll go ahead and go into warrior two. Extend those arms as far as you can. Inhale down into pyramid pose. Hold it there for just a moment. Then we'll exhale back into warrior two. Inhale into high lunge. Exhale back into cactus arms. Inhale back up into high lunge. Exhale into humble warrior. Bind behind your back, leaning forward. Hands down on the mat, back into downward facing dog. Do the same thing on the other side. Inhale, bring your right leg up into three-legged dog and scorpion. Exhale, sweep it through into low lunge. Inhale into high lunge, biceps by your ears. Exhale into warrior two. Inhale, straighten that front leg into pyramid pose. Hold it there for just a moment. Bring it back into warrior two. Exhale. Inhale into high lunge. Exhale into cactus pose. Inhale, bind your arms behind your back. And then exhale, lean it into humble warrior. Bring your palms to the ground and then meet me back into downward facing dog. Stretch out those hamstrings if you need to, really pushing into the mat, bringing those heels to the floor. Now go ahead and lower those knees into tabletop for just a moment, and then we're going to transition into being seated on our mat. Go ahead and extend your feet out in front of you, and we're just going to do a quick forward stretch. So go ahead and inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, reaching towards those toes, trying to get your chest towards your legs as far as you can. Stay here for just a moment as we continue to breathe into the stretch. Now inhale back up, and now we're going to bring our left leg towards our chest, and then we're going to tuck our right leg underneath our left leg. Inhale, reach your arm towards the sky, and go ahead and tuck that right elbow over your left knee, keeping your spine straight as you twist it. Inhale and exhale in this pose. And then we'll go ahead and release it and do the same thing on the other side. So go ahead and extend your feet. We're now going to bring our right knee towards our chest, tucking our left leg underneath that right knee, extending our left arm up, and then crossing it over our right knee. Still keeping that spine nice and tall as we twist. Go ahead and breathe into this twist and release anything you need to in this moment. Twists are really good for releasing. All right, inhale, bring it back towards the center. And we're now going to do a butterfly pose with our feet, and then slowly recline. And I'm going to put my arms in cactus pose because that feels so good to me. But do what feels intuitively right for you. We're going to go ahead and start wrapping up our practice here. So go ahead and just breathe into this moment, focusing on your breath and letting anything else that is still troubling you melt into your mat. Continue breathing and imagine a beautiful light emanating from your chest. Feel that light and that energy that you just cultivated in your practice. Now, if you'd like, you can go ahead and straighten your legs and your arms into traditional Savasana pose as we wrap up our practice. Continue taking nice, deep breaths as you gift yourself this time and space. Show so much gratitude for yourself that you decided to show up for this yoga flow today to cultivate some good feelings and good vibrations for the rest of your day. When it feels right, go ahead and sit up and join me in the center of your mat in seated pose. I am so grateful that you joined me today. Remember that you can always come back to this yoga flow if you need it. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. Go ahead and bring your hands towards your chest into prayer hands. I will see you in the next yoga flow. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed today's yoga flow or meditation, please consider subscribing so you don't miss any future yoga flows or meditations. Or if you have any ideas for topics you want me to cover in the future, please leave them in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video. I love every single one of you, and I am so grateful that you joined me today. See you in the next video.